Mary Kay, let's start our first winner from what was this, Super Bowl 58? Our first winner from Super Bowl 58.
Well, of course, you have to start with the great Patrick Mahomes. My goodness. At one point, the Kansas City Chiefs were 5-5 this season, and it really looked like this was the year that they could be beat. It looked like this was the year that maybe not having a Tyreek Hill, wasn't going to serve them well, that maybe they were going to struggle a little bit in that regard. And Travis Kelce wasn't always exactly what everyone expects him to be. So it just seemed like, you know what? This could possibly be the year where maybe the Ravens get past them, or maybe if they do get to the Super Bowl, they won't win it. But lo and behold, Patrick did what Patrick always does. He puts on the Superman cape and he does Superman type things in these big, huge games. I think we are witnessing the GOAT. I think we're witnessing the GOAT. And, I do think that before all is said and done, there's a good chance that he's going to have as many or more Super Bowl victories as Tom Brady. This is where the bar is set for the Browns. I mean, if they ever want to achieve their goals, their hopes and their dreams and their Super Bowl goals, not just getting there, but winning it, they are going to have to solve the Patrick Mahomes conundrum. It's never going to be easy. They landed, at a time when they're trying to get there and they have the roster to actually maybe get there, they've got a Patrick Mahomes standing in their way. So this is how it's going to be for the next how many ever years.
I mean, everything you do has to be focused on that. And we see this, this is how great players in sports work. Like whether you want to talk about Michael Jordan or you want to talk about Tom Brady, Derek Jeter and those Yankees teams, when there's a great player, they stand in the way of teams that maybe are also great or also really good teams. Like this 49ers team was really good. They were a more talented team, I thought, across the board than the Chiefs. But it didn't matter because of Patrick Mahomes. Think of all the teams in the Jordan years that were legitimately great teams and they just could never beat him. Tom Brady, how many great teams did he vanquish, right? Like the greatest show on turf could have become a dynasty, but then Tom Brady showed up. So yeah, Ashley, I mean, if we want to frame this sort of with the Browns, it comes down to, look, in the NFL, anything can happen. Patrick Mahomes is not going to win every Super Bowl from here on out. There are going to be opportunities, but the bottom line is you've got to figure out a way to beat him. And it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think yesterday when there's 2 minutes left in that game, I assume you guys too, but my initial thought was, oh, they have so much time left. Even though they were down, I'm like, Patrick's just going to march them right down the field. They're either going to tie it or they're going to score a touchdown and there won't be much time left for San Fran to respond. And of course, that's ultimately what happened. He got him into field goal range. They were able to tie the game. And when you get it into overtime, I mean, that's his bread and butter, I feel like at this point. I think it's why with, the past Super Bowl wins, obviously now this one added to it, why I talked about last week being so hesitant to just bet against Patrick Mahomes in this game. I won't do it until you give me a good enough reason to not do it, essentially. They have the experience at this point. He just has the, cliche ice in his veins in those situations. And I do think, a lot of what happens throughout the NFL landscape is now defined by him and defined by these Chiefs and how long they can keep this rolling. And it just shows, underscores the importance of getting that franchise quarterback if you are another team across the league.